talking about the mixtape game, how it's evolved from the early 80s up into now. Some people trying to say the mixtape game is dying down a little bit. How important do you think the mixtape game is for hip-hop?
Mixtapes will always be important in hip-hop. Like, a lot of people birth their careers off mixtapes, like 50 Cent, you know. Who else? There's so many, like Nas. It's just a lot of people that made their mark off of mixtapes, because you don't necessarily have to put an album out to be heard. So that's where the mixtapes come into play, and that's where we come into play. Like when these artists get these new labels, or these companies get new artists, first thing they do is run to a DJ. Can you play this? Can you play this? Can you put this on the mixtape? You know, to get a buzz going. You know, so like even like currently right now, like the boy Future from ATL, he's
Crazy
a mixtape.
buzz.
He came from the mixtapes. You know, messing with drama or whatever. So, and now he's out of here. You know what I'm saying? So mixtapes are very important. It's true. It did slow down because the RIA was acting like people were selling crack or something, and they started running up in stores, busting people for selling mixtapes. Meanwhile, you got people on the corner killing each other. They're running the stores worried about mixtapes, but you know, you can't have the good without the bad. So, but mixtapes will always have a valid place in hip hop or whatever. You need that. You need that alternative. Everybody's not gonna have a record deal out the gate, so you need that to build the buzz. You need the lion show for the DJ, somebody that's popping in the streets to get you heard. So mixtapes is very important on that aspect.
You put a lot of memorable mixtapes together in the last few years. What's your favorite mixtape and why that you put together recently?
Oh, recently? Or
I mean, not recently in general, like the last couple years.
I'll do both. One of my favorite mixtapes, I got a chance to work with my idol, Doo Wop. We did a tape. It was
he's actually on the list.
Yeah, we did a tape in 2003, and Raekwon hosted it. It was called Bad Boys. For me, that was like one of my most, like, I was you know, it was like people like Doo Wop too that made me want to DJ, you know, do mixtapes or whatever. So I was always a fan of Doo Wop, and the fact that he respected me enough to work with me and do, you know, and look at me as an equal and do a mixtape with me, that was a big deal for me or whatever. It would almost be like a singer doing a song with Michael Jackson or something, like, you know what I'm saying, or whoever the idol may have been at the time or whatever. So that was like one of my favorite, you know, mixtapes. It was called Bad Boys or whatever. If anybody listen to this, if you're ever on the computer, just Google DJ Thoro, Doo Wop, Bad Boys, hosted by Raekwon. That was a crazy mixtape or whatever. That did a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? I bought a Benz off that mixtape. You know, seriously, that mixtape was crazy. But now recently, my favorite mixtape right now is actually currently the Cassidy joint, the Mayhem Music. We just
Apply Pressure 3.
Which is Apply Pressure 3. We were just speaking on earlier. That's like my most recent one, and that's what I'm rocking with right now. And not to sound biased, but I like the mixtape because every time I do, I'm a student of the game. I'm a fan of everybody else too. Like, I love all DJs. I listen to the mixtapes. And like I said, a lot of DJs, they're not putting in the work with these mixtapes. They just talking over the tape and throwing it out. It's not even blended and mixed or nothing. Like, that's not a mixtape to me. So, I mean, that's what people do. But you know, I just try to give people more for their money, or just for their listening, you know, pleasure or whatever. I just try to do stuff different or whatever. So they're me. We're 250,000 downloads, you know, right now. So it's doing pretty good or whatever. And we're shooting a video for every song also. That's with Cassidy, by the way. For those that don't know, that's Apply Pressure 3, DJ Thoro, hosted by DJ Thoro, and my man Cassidy or whatever. We filmed a video in Australia. The first.
I saw
video.
that by Alice.
Shout out to Alizi. Yeah, Alizi World. Crazy director. Crazy director. He does a lot of joint with Jim Jones, even with Fifth. He does a lot of work, man. Like, that dude is crazy.
Yeah, I was out there messing with the kangaroos
and stuff.
Yeah, we was out
there messing with the kangaroos. Yeah, you can see that. That's out there too. It's called like Get It In. It's filmed entirely in Australia, so that was a good look. I had a lot of fun out there. But yeah.
How did you and Cassidy link up initially?
I met Cass in '99. I knew Cass when he was the boy B. That was because, you know, his name is Barry Reese. He wasn't with Cassidy on that. He was the boy B. And ironically, Swiss Beats Pops brought him to my house. And he was like, yo, I got this kid. I want you to put him on a mixtape. Which everyone should know. And if you don't know, now you know. I'm the first DJ to put Cassidy on a mixtape. Ever. You know? This is before Swiss, Rough Riders, J Records. This is before all that. So I've been rocking with Cass since day one or whatever. But Swiss Beats Pops TD, shout out to TD. He brought him to my crib, and he was basically like, "Yo, I got this young kid. I want you to help him out. You know, we signing him. You know, trying to get him out there." And the first song he did, he rhymed over Annie Up. He did a freestyle over Annie Up, MOP beat, which I still have to this day, or whatever. So yeah, you bring back memories with these questions too. That's crazy.
Same way like you take pride in your DJing. I got research my artists.
Right, that's crazy.